As somebody who grew up playing Skate 2 and Skate 3 throughout most of my childhood because I was too scared to go skating in real life, the new skate game left me feeling mixed emotions. In 2020, when the world was on fire, I'd been playing Session and SkaterXL because there hadn't really been any realistic skating games since Skate 3 in 2010. Now, I do have a lot of things to say about this game, some good, some bad. During the last decade of playing Skate 3, I kind of exhausted everything I could do. I started off goofing around with friends and playing Hall of Meat, to then beating the game multiple times, and then tricklining, wishing that I could join Rise Skating or something, to ultimately landing on realistic skating. I think it's just the evolution of growing up when playing the skate games. So I was heavily invested in the skate community from about 2016 to 2020, and the feeling of just jumping into a private lobby and getting your own clips alongside friends is just really cool. The footage on screen is from a team I put together with some friends where we would all get realistic clips and play together almost every single day. So like I said before, after hearing nothing from EA about a skate game for 10 years, then they finally announced it after Session, SkaterXL, and the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater remasters came out. It felt gross. It felt like they were capitalizing on the fact that skating games were popular again, and they just wanted to get their greasy little grabbers on our wallets. So 5 years later, we got this. This is Skate. Not Skate 4, don't get it twisted. Yes, it has the same name as the first game of the series, but the team wants people to know it's not part of the series. It's not even really like a reboot. They are stating that this is a completely separate skateboarding game. So the first thing I want to mention is that the game is free to play, which is never a good thing nowadays. Usually that means that the game is riddled with microtransactions, which it is, and that means you're more likely to spend money on the game anyway. A game that you don't own, keep in mind, because the game is also online only. That means you have to have an internet connection and be connected to the servers just to play the game. And if at any point they decide, hey, this isn't working out, and they just pull the plug, you can no longer play this game. Regardless of how many hours you've put in, how much money you've spent, you cannot play this game anymore if they turn off the servers. That's the whole reason that the Stop Killing Games initiative became a thing. It was trying to combat and bring attention to the fact that game companies were essentially scamming their consumers. Because remember, if you want to dust off the old Xbox 360 and play Skate 3 again, you can do that because you have purchased the game and there is not really servers that you have to be connected to play. Now, like I said, if you decide to sink some money into this game, which you probably will, it is almost certain, everything is incredibly expensive. Looking through the store, all the things you can buy, except for loot boxes, which we'll talk about soon, costs San Van bucks, this little purple currency, which, as of right now, to my understanding, the only way you can get it is with real money. Now, looking at a skateboard deck, it costs 150 V-bucks, but the cheapest amount of V-bucks you can buy is 500, which is around $5 US, which, according to my calculations, means it's around $1.50 for a skateboard deck, one of the cheapest items in the store. And God forbid, oh my God, my pin just fell out of my chair. I thought I was dead. And God forbid you want to buy a bundle or something like that, because the Demon bundle that has been in the store, the Grim Reaper one, whatever it is, $40. Say, for example, you want to go into the skateboarding shop, Extrovert, and you want them to hook you up with a whole complete new deck, new trucks, new wheels, whatever. That's $5 at least for a virtual skateboard. Maybe they might change it. Probably not though. Now, I'm not going to act like this is a new thing. Valorant has been charging $50 for a knife skin, and yeah, I've bought them. Did not make me any better at the game.
Don't try.
Oh!
Whoa, what are you doing?
Oh! What? You are kidding! You've got to be joking! I hit him on. My game froze. I actually blue screened for a second. But Valorant at least has a free battle pass, which rewards you with skins just for playing the game. But Skate, on the other hand, they did the typical EA thing, loot boxes, meaning you have to spin a virtual wheel for the 1 in 12, 1 in 13, 1 in 10, whatever chance just to get a white t-shirt. Otherwise, you have to walk around looking like everybody else with a black I Heart Sand Van t-shirt and green pants. Alright, to interrupt, it's Editor Jack here, and you can tell I'm the editor because I'm butt-ass naked except for an hoodie and I didn't turn on my ring light. So I actually scripted and recorded this before Season 1 of Skate came out. So in Season 1, they actually did implement a Battle Pass feature with the Skate Pass. You gain levels in the Skate Pass by earning another type of currency called ticks, which you get from doing like specific season related challenges, or if you like to, you can just buy it for Sand Van bucks. So the premium version of the Battle Pass costs 1,000 Sand Van bucks or $10, in which unlocking everything in the bundle only gives you 400 Sand Van bucks in return, which means regardless of how much you pay or play, you're still out of pocket at least $6. So that's just like another kind of shitty little thing that they did, focusing on putting in a battle pass before like fixing the game and making it like better and implementing new stuff. But yeah, I just wanted to throw that in there real quick. The art style sucks. I'm not going to act like this has not been something that everyone has talked about. And I'm not talking about the graphics, I mean the intentional design of how the game looks. A lot of people are saying it looks like Fortnite, but I would say more like Disney Dreamlight Valley, or even Disney Skate Adventure, the best skateboarding game ever made. Skate 3 was already starting to leave that grimy, like grittiness thing behind when Skate 3 came out. It had like the more colorful atmosphere and the super ultra mega park, but you could still get away from it. My favorite place to skate in Skate 3 to this day is the Old Factory and the Ghetto Spot, which is a skate park, an entire skate park just made up of concrete ledges, couches, and broken street signs. In the Old Factory as well, it was really cool to find spots that weren't really even spots. It just really like encouraged creativity, and I love that. Skate has like this weird kind of thing where everything is colorful and everything is skateable, which like the whole lore of the game, which there isn't really much of, basically says that the skitty, yep, I'm a fucking moron, I guess. The whole lore, which there isn't really much of, basically just says that the city was run by skaters until some big corporate gremlins took over. But the story also just doesn't fucking matter. The whole story of the game is basically just a glorified tutorial. The only thing you need to do to progress is to play these challenges that are littering the map so you have enough rip chips to buy a loot box. But yeah, the whole map is just a gigantic skate park. It doesn't really feel rewarding to find a skate spot because everything is a skate spot. Maybe I'm just being nitpicky, but that upsets me. Every time I jump into the game, as well as being jump scared by my own character, there is just so much stuff on my screen. I get overwhelmed every time I level up or open a loot box. I got a fucking robot talking in my ear every time I land a kickflip. It's a mess. There's like daily challenges popping up everywhere, level up things, all sorts of shit going on. It's just so overwhelming. I've gone into the settings and turned off most of the HUD, and you can also actually turn off the voiceover from V, the little robot. But in general, it has like that mobile game feel every time you open it up, or like a slot machine at a casino. I think a word to define this game is just soulless. It feels like there's nothing to it. It's like walking into a doctor's office or like a movie set. Everything is like perfectly organized and like sterile, which is the complete opposite of skating culture. So pretty much everything about this game sucks, but I just can't stop playing it. And to put it simply, they hit the nail on the head with the gameplay. The game doesn't really look like Skate, but it feels like Skate. In fact, it feels better than Skate. The animations are smoother, cleaner, and it just feels good to land tricks. Throughout all the missions and challenges, I was enjoying myself. The game didn't feel too easy, which is exactly what I'm after when it's a game about skateboarding, the hobby that consists of just busting your ass over and over again until you land a trick. And even if you do think the game is too easy, you can just adjust the settings to tailor it to how you want to play. You want to jump off a building like Jesus Christ? You can turn up that fall modifier. You want to slowly tray flip a 10 stair? Just crank that damn flip speed. There are so many sliders that you can just adjust to make the gameplay exactly how you want. And hey, you want to get up on top of a building just to nosedive into the pavement? They got parkour, baby. Basically everything in the game is climbable with almost like an Assassin's Creed style of climbing. You can almost just do some goofy free running with your friends if you don't feel like skating in the skating game. I was able to climb to the top of a building with 2 random strangers, and once we were on top of this building, we just built our own little skate spot up there, which leads me to my next point. While I mentioned you couldn't really find unique skate spots, you could just create your own skate spots. The object dropper lets you place whatever you want, wherever you want, and almost create your own little skate park. It's the reason why I have mixed feelings about Skate. The art style and lack of story missions kind of upset me. It showed that they didn't really listen, but they absolutely perfected the feel of a Skate game even after 10 years with a different engine and different development team. Now that the game is officially released in early access, I've been able to play with my friends and I have not laughed that hard at a game in a while.
Oh, you can like bounce off these, surely.
Guys, I'm that guy from Baywatch, Pam Anderson.
I'm trying to go the other way. I'm trying to go forwards. I want it to look cool.
I think EA and Full Circle have the potential to make a really great game as long as they continue to listen to the community, which, let's be honest, they won't, and they kind of don't. But as long as they don't make a catastrophic mistake in whichever direction they're going, I'm gonna continue to play the game, and I think most other people will too. Thank you for watching. This is my first upload in like 2 years on this channel, but I do have a gaming channel that I upload very regularly on, AO Jack Live. It's basically just like videos made from my Twitch streams, which I also stream very often. I just goof and play games and have fun, so if you want to see more of me, be sure to check that out. I'll leave links to all that in the description. Thank you so much for watching. Be safe and wear a helmet. And knee pads and elbow pads. Just wear the whole, just cover yourself in bubble wrap. I don't care. Just be safe.